Prince Andrew could bring royal family down with him as King Charles faces crisis. The Duke of York was forced back into hiding after one of his close confidants was banned from entering the UK after being accused of being a Chinese spy, with this scandal bringing the royal family's finances scrutiny once again. The latest scandal to engulf Prince Andrew could be big enough to bring down the royal family, an expert has claimed. The Duke of York was forced back into hiding at the end of 2024 after his close relationship with an alleged Chinese spy came to light, as he was described as a close confidant of Yang Tengbo. He was banned from the UK after being accused of spying for China and of developing relationships with politicians to be leveraged by the hostile state. He also formed an unusual degree of trust with Andrew, with this coming to light in December when a Special Immigration Appeals Tribunal upheld a Home Office order banning him from the UK on national security grounds following a long-running legal battle. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. It was another setback for Andrew, who stepped back from the public eye and royal duties after a humiliating interview with Emily Maitlis about his relationship with paedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein in 2019. He was absent from King Charles' Christmas gathering at Sandringham. Now fears have been raised that the Chinese spy scandal could be fatal for trust in the royal family as it deals with his murky finances. He is reportedly having his life bankrolled by a mysterious benefactor, and mystery surrounds how much money he has made as a businessman and diplomat. Mr. Tengbo was even invited to the Duke's birthday party in 2020 and supported him through the Epstein scandal, meaning he had access to royals and royal property. Andrew Loney, royal biographer, told The Sun's Royal Exclusive show, "It's probably the most damaging of Andrew's scandals. It's more damaging than Epstein. I think the story is going to run right through next year. He's always been much more vulnerable to the financial scandals in his life than the sexual ones. It's going to have to lead to greater transparency about royal finances. This has unlocked a whole series of events that I think are going to be very damaging to the monarchy. It's the tip of the iceberg. When those stories come out, I think he's going to be complete toast. The danger is that he's going to bring the royal family down with him." It adds to claims from another royal insider that Andrew's ongoing scandals had been a source of distress for King Charles. They said, "The Duke of York is becoming a lump in the throat for the King Charles, who's already facing health and other crises within the family. It has been difficult for the monarch to get rid of the disgraced royal." Royal expert Phil Dampier also shared a similar opinion about how damning the scandal could be for Andrew and his family. He told The Sun, "By allowing a Chinese spy inside royal residences like Windsor and Buckingham Palace, he endangered the security of the whole royal family and the institution of the monarchy." Mr. Loney also called for a state investigation by parliamentary committee into the relationship between the Duke and Mr. Tengbo. He said, "We need to have a register of royal interests, which was explored several years ago. Like the parliamentary register, they would have to declare, in effect, their business activities. There was meant to be a list of royal gifts, but that hasn't followed." Prince Andrew's feud with King Charles set to intensify as key royals left, fuming. The feud began when King Charles tried to evict the disgraced Duke of York from Royal Lodge by cutting his £1 million a year allowance after he refused to downsize. The ongoing feud between Prince Andrew and King Charles is set to intensify, with the princesses said to be fuming over the treatment of their father. Beatrice and Eugenie are reportedly unhappy with the treatment their father, Prince Andrew, has received from the royal family. The feud began when King Charles tried to evict the disgraced Duke of York from Royal Lodge by cutting his £1 million a year allowance, and he refused to downsize. The former home of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Frogmore Cottage, was suggested as a suitable replacement for Andrew, who lost his right to taxpayer-funded security after being stripped of his royal duties in 2019. King Charles is understood to have wanted to cut royal costs, especially since Andrew and Fergie no longer work for the institution. The royal source said, Beatrice and Eugenie are rallying around to help support their father. Royal Lodge is viewed as a York family problem, not just an Andrew problem, and the whole family are chipping in. That includes Sarah, Beatrice and Eugenie, reports GB News. The York family have held several meetings and drawn up a battle plan. They will not allow their family to fall or come up against any more negative press. It's very much a charge led by Beatrice. She's extremely loyal and has taken the reins. The former BBC correspondent, Jenny Bond, previously suggested that Princess Beatrice is in a perfect position to act as a mediator between the brothers, as she is a trusted member of the royal family and remains close with her father. The Duke of York served as the UK's special representative for international trade and investment for 10 years, building up a range of international contacts. The source added, there are great contacts built up over the years that are still being utilized. Beatrice and Eugenie always feel like they're walking a fine line. It's a difficult balancing act to manage because they want to support the royal family despite not being working royals. The York sisters have received an invitation to join the royal gathering at Sandringham this Christmas, but it is still unclear if the king will invite Prince Andrew. The source told The Express, the girls also want to forge their own lives and relationships with friends and family without feeling like they're under some sort of control. There is a feeling that the royal family likes to use them, Beatrice and Eugenie, to portray a sense of unity to the public, but it's a constant push and pull scenario for them, which is becoming more and more difficult as time goes on. Prince Andrew calls on Edoardo Mozzi for help after winning battle against King Charles. Prince Andrew is calling on Edoardo Mozzi to give Royal Lodge a makeover after winning his battle with King Charles to be allowed to stay in the property, sources have claimed. The king stopped paying his brother's £3 million a year security bill last month and urged him to move into more modest accommodation, as part of a row dubbed the Siege of Royal Lodge. But Andrew has now been allowed to stay at the home in Windsor Great Park after convincing palace officials that he has secured enough funds to support himself. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.